Frack on, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Frack the Canon. This is just a way I held on to this content because it was just too much content of talking about our favorite Zords, favorite theme song, favorite suits, favorite toys from Power Rangers. So hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as we did talking about it. Please like and subscribe. Thank you very much, and enjoy.
What is all right? So we talked about favorite seasons. What is your favorite Zord or Megazord that you guys had? Renee, let's start with you.
My favorite Megazord?
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
We can come back.
Yeah, come back to me. I need more time to think about it.
Tyler, you got one?
Yeah, I got one. The Dragon Zord.
Ooh, that's classic.
Yeah. Finger missiles.
That's right, finger missile. I just love the way he used his flute to bring it in. Exactly, that was it.
CJ jumps off the ground on top of his head. Just saying.
When you go back and watch it, you can see the figure like glued to the top of the like foam rubber suit.
I had that figure. I had a version of that figure. CJ, Kenny, what's your favorite Megazord?
Oh man, I mean, the Dragon Zord's great because I love Godzilla, and like that was one of the big appeals. Is I was like, this is like Mecha Godzilla, but way cooler.
Yes, that's right.
Color themed. But honestly, I think the Shogun Megazord, like that was the one that kind of really did it for me because the Falcon Zord would like come in, arms would pop off, and then you had the Falcon Zord connected to the Shogun Megazord, and then like the whole aesthetic was just like super cool and like, I probably be mine.
CJ?
Probably stick with the theme of my favorite show, which was the Ninja Megazord, just because it looks kind of ninja-y.
You mean this one? You mean this one right here?
Mean that one. That's the only one I ever had as a kid, actually.
I finally got this at the age of 28. But this one is my favorite Megazord too. This one, and it's a tie between this one and the Astro Megazord. And I, like you said, I love this because it's so the ninja motif. But the Megazord one, Astro Megazord, is so sleek too.
Yeah.
And then the Falcon Megazord just was cool. All right, Renee, back to you, ma'am.
Well, it's hard to pick a favorite when my favorite has to be the classic, the OG.
The
original Megazord.
This one right here?
Yes. Because I can't think of any others besides that one, honestly. Because it's classic.
That's a good one. All right, that's fine. That's totally cool. I thought you'd take the Mystic Force Megazord. Because it's a dragon.
Yeah. But at that point, Dragon Megazords are kind of overdone.
This is true. There are a lot of Dragon Megazords.
There are a lot of them. The Dragon Zord, and then what was the second season where they had the flying dragon?
The Red Dragon Thunder Megazord.
The Red Dragon Thunder Zord, yeah.
And then they had it in Samurai.
Yeah.
They've had it a bunch since then.
So Dragons at that point after Mighty Morphin, it was overdone.
All right. So also another thing about Power Rangers is the suits. Every season has its own suit. What is your favorite suit? Favorite theme season suit? Okay, I'll go first. So everyone think I'll go first. I love Mighty Morphin, so that was kind of the classic. That's kind of the standard Mighty Morphin. But besides Mighty Morphin,
you know what? I do have an answer. The pirate.
Mega Force, Super Mega Force.
Mega Force.
Super Mega Force.
I'm a sucker for pirate.
Yeah,
that was really good. I actually am going to call it by the Japanese version and not the American version because that was not a good adaptation. That adaptation sucked. I'm sorry.
It sucked. Like it was a shame that it sucked so bad.
Because they would have the potential.
There was cool costumes.
So for Tyler and CJ, who you probably don't know, was that in the Japanese version they were pirates, but they were able to access the past Rangers. Gokaiger. They were called Gokaiger, and they could go back into the past seasons by keys, and they would morph into those Rangers from the past. It was pretty cool, but in the American version, they use the Japanese versions that we never saw here as Americans. So we're like, who the frick is that team? But it was not a good season. But that's a good suit. I like the Gokaiger suit. That's a good one. Kenny.
You know, it's frustrating that we didn't get Die Ranger here in America because, like, I love those suits, the Super Sentai ones.
Mm-hmm.
We got the White Ranger, but we didn't get the rest. But I mean, I already said Ninja Storm, but I think aesthetic-wise, my favorite would probably be that we got here in the States would be, oh God, I just had it. Sorry. Dino Thunder.
Dino Thunder. Okay, yes. I like Dino Thunder.
Dino Thunder, I felt like it took the MMPR design and updated it.
Mm-hmm.
Dino Charge, I think they went way too far to the other side.
I wasn't a fan of Dino Charge.
But like Dino Thunder was like this cool middle ground, and then like the suits had that like natural sort of power up where like the printed on diamonds then became like scales along the sides. Dino Thunder I think has like some of like the good balance between like very minimal but like stands out in their own individual ways, and then like the Black Dino Thunder Ranger, who is one of Tommy's characters, like has one of the cooler like shields, and then the white Dino Thunder Ranger is like like one of the coolest design suits I think done ever.
I do love that suit. That is one of my favorite suits. That's a good one. I have to think about mine. TJ, Tyler, what are your favorite suits that you're thinking of?
I got a particular member of an original team, the Mighty Morphin, the Black Ranger.
Ooh.
He's my favorite because of his weapon. I like his axe with his laser. I think it was so cool.
That was cool. That was cool. I did like that. I like that choice. CJ.
That is cool. And when you say that, I just think about how odd it is that he has a melee weapon that is also a gun. And it's not like
a bayonet on a gun. That's now a melee weapon.
I know, but here's the difference between a bayonet and what he has, like, because the blade is aimed at the same place that the bullet comes out of in a bayonet, you know what I mean? But this guy, he's got an axe, but he's got to turn it around and turn it into like a cannon or whatever that is, some huge ass revolver or whatever. Bazooka, laser cannon. All right, my favorite costume might actually surprise you, Mr. Renee, because it's not from, I'm not that big of a Power Rangers fan, and it's not from like any show. It's actually from like a side Power Rangers thing, or like a spin-off kind of a Power Rangers thing, the comic actually. Mm-hmm. That's the Ranger Slayer outfit for
that is
Kimberly Hart.
That is an amazing, that does surprise me because my job right now is, as you can see,
and you know, I only have exposure to that. I haven't read the comic itself. I only have exposure to that because like you showed me the trailer, but also like that we were talking about that video game released.
Yeah,
there's a Power Rangers. Yeah, Battle for the Grid. There's a Power Rangers fighting game, which is on Game Pass Xbox that I downloaded, and I was playing around with that. I'm a big fighting game fan. And she's a character on there, and that outfit is pretty awesome.
That outfit is amazing. Wow.
And that's one with a cape too.
It has a cape too. That's right. Yeah. Oh shit. Did we ever?
Aren't you?
What's up, mine? All right, so my suit is. I've been thinking, and I'm gonna go just because I like it so much. It's Mystic Force. I just love that they have the giant M and the capes.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's awesome. I'm like, I've never seen anything. It's just something majestic about the capes. I'm like, okay, this is cool. I like it a lot.
I think it's because it's so different, right? You're like,
it's gotta be.
You're like 20. You're at that point. You're at like almost 20 seasons. Definitely more than 10, and like you don't get anything like that. Then you see that and the wands that are like individual, but also like multifaceted weapons. Like, so cool.
This is true. All right. So we all know we don't know to judge a book by its cover, but I do. What is your favorite Power Rangers theme song? Just because Go Power Rangers is pretty much ingrained into at least every 90s kid's heart, memory, soul. I don't know. But what is your guys' favorite Power Rangers theme song? Like, I know mine, besides Mighty Morphin, which is a classic, I think it's going to be In Space.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rangers in space. Controls to outer space now, flying higher than ever before. Rangers in space. Go Power Rangers, 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 go Power Rangers
In Space and Dino Thunder.
Power Rangers roar. There's a light in the distance. See them coming closer. With the force of ages, centuries gone by. Protectors of the right. Defenders sworn to fight. Dino Rangers roar. Power Rangers score. Save us from these evil forces. Power Rangers, Dino Thunder. Victory is ours forevermore.
I think it's a tie between those two, In Space and Dino Thunder. All right. Kenny, CJ, Tyler, Renee.
Mine's Mystic Force again.
Power Rangers, here come the Power Rangers, here come the Power Rangers. All right, let's go, it's time to turn it on. Set the record straight, we're gonna come through to right or wrong. Like evil, Ranger power standing strong. We got it going on. Mystic Force, yeah. These Rangers here, there's no need to fret. We're the ones that will make a way, here to make a change. When there's troubles, we don't play, we come together to save the day. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
That's an underrated one. So
it is so underrated. That song is so underrated. Mystic Force is grossly underrated. Yeah. All right, Kenny.
Zeo.
Stronger than before. Go Zeo. Powered up for more. Go Zeo. Rangers at the core. Zeo. Power Rangers. Higher they can soar. Go Zeo.
Like
Ew.
they took Mighty Morphin, they
Stronger than before, right?
cranked it up a notch.
Kick it up to 11.
Yep. And then it's you rock out to it. But I think another side note, it was a hard pick because I love Jungle Fury as well.
Power Rangers. Go! Here comes the Power Rangers, Jungle Fury. Go! Training hard to be the best that we can. Power Rangers! Protecting people from the evil Daishi plan. Stand up for what we know is right. We will never lose a fight. Daishi! Go away! We're here to save the day. 'Cause we're the Power Rangers, Jungle Fury.
I kept myself singing along to Jungle Fury every time I would go back and rewatch it.
That is a good one. All right, Tyler, CJ, who wants to go?
Well, my favorite is Mystic Force. But I do want to shout out just the OG.
After 10,000 years, I'm free. It's time to conquer Earth.
Alpha, Reader's Escape. Recruit a team of teenagers with attitudes.
Go, go, Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers.
Just because, like, I feel like the OG went a long way by itself to snatch kids' attention. Just by itself, just as a theme song before they knew anything about the show. Like, this freaking theme song popping on, coming on, and like immediately grabbing your attention. Like, what? This shit is right. Whatever it is, it's about to rock my freaking world right now. You know what I mean? Like, freaking. But you know, that's just a shout out to the OG. But my favorite is Mystic Force, the theme song.
That's I never thought about that because that's true. Did you know the guy who composed Go Go Power Rangers is the guy who composed the X-Men theme song?
Yeah.
I believe it.
Oh, yeah.
Did you watch the Toys That Made Us?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I'm like that verified. I knew it before they said it, but well, nothing. Whatever. I just knew it. I was kidding. Sorry, Tyler. Your choice.
Yeah, my answer is kind of cheating, because it's not canon. But it's from the 2017 movie.
Go, go, Power Rangers.
Because like the whole movie has like a score, but then you get to where they finally play like their iteration of the Power Rangers theme in the end battle, and it's so metal. It's like it's like it was I just looked it up. It's by Brian Tyler, who does a lot of like other movies, so it's like cinema's interpretation of Mighty Morphins, I guess.
I remember sitting in the theater, and then that moment happens, and like I just you have that fangirl moment.
I did too, yeah.
I fangirled pretty much. I'm like, they did it! I saw my sister, the Alvin baby sister, in the theater, and I was doing this. I'm like, they did it! And then one of those hit her in the face.
Awesome.
Oh my god! But yes, all right. So that's all the project talk I have myself. Anything you guys want to talk or mention that we didn't cover about the multicolored teeth with attitude?
I mean, so if you really look at the core of what the show is, it's a 25-minute long advertisement for toys.
Yes.
And so I know we all watched it as kids, so likely, and I think we've all alluded to it, like favorite Power Ranger toy as a kid. Like, what was the one in your toy box you went to every time?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If you want to go first, Renee.
The one I want, okay. The one I had, because the only one I had was at the time, because these toys were expensive. I wanted them, I never got them, but the one I had the most was the flipping head.
The Automorphin.
The Morphin teenagers. So I had that one, and then I also had the Ninjetti movie Blue Ranger too. Because again, like CJ, I love ninjas. I'm like, this suit is awesome. Don't morph, just stick like this. Just stay with that. So I had those two. Those two were my go-to.
I had oh, sorry. Oh, just really quick. It won't take. I had like the foot tall like Megazord, that like went up to your chin, when I was a kid. So I played with that a bunch.
I was just gonna piggyback off Renee. That is I had the flip. I had a couple of the flip head Power Rangers morphing ones too. I also had this something I got from like a Happy Meal from McDonald's. It was just like a little simple morpher that had like some little coins in it or whatever.
It was from the movie. I remember those.
Yeah. But I used to run around playing with that though. I remember.
I forgot about that one. Yeah.
Clip right on your belt, just like the dudes in the show, man.
I'm a Power Ranger too. Renee, Kitty.
My favorite, I had a couple of them. I had a handful of them actually. I had the flip head, the Tommy flip head. But I didn't play with that as often. But what I did like playing with was the I don't think they were in the show, the motorcycles for Mighty Morphin, the unicycles.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
They looked like a unicorn, but they were motorcycles.
Yeah.
I think those. Yeah, I remember those. I think those were McDonald's toys.
No. They
were Toys R Us toys, right?
Yeah.
Really?
They
I don't remember that.
stores.
They were the toys that they came out. They had like little rangers that could ride on them, and then
yeah.
They weren't canon, but they brought the shark cycles in like season 3. They didn't look anything like the motorcycles.
No.
Yeah.
So it was weird, but I liked playing with those. Yeah, it was weird how they introduced this new toy that was never in the show. But hey, Power Rangers on motorcycles, they're gonna sell. And then I had a Pink Ranger posable plush. So it was a Pink Ranger that I could hug and play with, and it moved its arms around. I loved it. That was my favorite.
So okay, Kenny, what's yours? And then I have a final question.
So I always wanted the Morpher and the Power Blaster as a kid, and I remember going over to my friend's house, and he had it. I was like so bummed out because I never had that one. But like my parents were like fortunate enough, they got me all the Automorphins, so I played with those. But the one that like I played with to death was the original Dragon Zord. Like I played with that, like paired it up with my Ninja Turtles and everything I could. And nobody could beat the Dragon Zord, so it was always the Dragon Zord.
That is the most 90s thing I've ever heard. Ninja Turtles and the Dragon Zord.
Yep.
Well, there you have it, guys. I hope, guys and gals, I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed talking about it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Frack off.